Did you know that Liv and Maddie almost wasn't about twins at all? And that Dove Cameron played a character that wasn't Liv or Maddie? That's only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Disney shows that were almost completely different from the ones we know and love. Hannah Montana almost had a different name, and Cameron Boyce wasn't even supposed to be in Jessie. There's plenty more where those came from, so let's take a little trip down memory lane and explore the childhood we would have had if these Disney shows hadn't gotten major makeovers.
And Selena and I were actually twins in this show.
Our favorite show about twins almost wasn't about twins at all. In the beginning, it was called Bits and Pieces, and while it was still going to star Dove Cameron, she was supposed to play a completely different character named Alana. When Dove showed up on set for rehearsal, she found out that Alana was no more, and she was suddenly Liv and Maddie. Disney wanted to do something a little different, so the show was completely reworked so it would include twins with very opposite personalities, you know, to spice things up a little. But the role change was actually terrifying for Dove.
I was kind of like a nervous wreck because I didn't audition to play the twins.
Really?
I only auditioned to play one person.
But it all worked out in the end. Dove may have been scared, but she also thinks the challenge helps make her a better actress and jumpstart her career in a way that playing a single character never would have. And we can't help but agree. Liv and Maddie are iconic, and Dove was the perfect choice to bring the blonde sisters to life.
I've decided to stick with the number 5. That's the day my best friend was born.
A fun fact about Jessie is that Debby Ryan wasn't just a leading lady. She also worked with the producers to help create the show at only 17 years old. No one else could have played Jessie because Debby helped them base the character off her own voice and personality. If they'd taken the concept for the show to a different actress, Jessie would have been totally different.
What you doing? Just getting a read on you.
Another irreplaceable part of Jessie is Cameron Boyce. We were first introduced to the late star when he played Luke Ross, and we couldn't imagine it any other way. But before Cameron was cast, Luke was supposed to be named Hero, and he was supposed to be Korean. But then the casting director saw Cameron, and they just had to have him in the show. So Luke was basically created just for Cameron, which makes us love the character even more.
People of Earth, this is an emergency. This is not a test.
So you know how Disney just loves to name their characters after Disney Channel stars? Like how they based Miley Stewart off of Miley Cyrus and Raven Baxter off of Raven-Symoné? Well, producers almost did the exact same thing with The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Stars Dylan and Cole Sprouse were such a big part of developing the show that for a while they thought they would name the characters after them.
Yeah, actually our characters were based off of Dylan and Cole.
But eventually the idea was scrapped, and we can see why. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody does have a better ring to it than The Sweet Life of Dylan and Cole. But that's not the only big change that would have made The Sweet Life totally different. Ashley Tisdale almost wasn't Maddie. Instead, the actress auditioned for the role of London Tipton. The casting directions ultimately decided she would make an even better Maddie, which worked out great for us because we can't even imagine Ashley and Brenda Song switching roles. Still, Ashley has proved that she can pull off the spoiled rich girl vibes thanks to her time as Sharpay in High School Musical, and she technically did get to play the spoiled rich girl in The Sweet Life when she reprised her role as Sharpay for the school musical, but she'll always be our Maddie Fitzpatrick.
I'm so sorry, London. I wish I could do something to help.
Sabrina Carpenter and Rowan Blanchard as Maya Hart and Riley Matthews in Girl Meets World seem like the perfect casting choices. But did you know that their roles were almost reversed? That's right. At first, Sabrina was Riley and Rowan was Maya. Can you imagine how different the show would have been if the actresses had to completely swap personalities?
Look what's happening, look what's coming. What's coming, crazy?
That's not the only major rework the show got. Riley was also supposed to have an older brother named Elliot, and actor Tio Holm was cast in the role. But last minute they decided that Girl Meets World should be more about girl power, and that an older brother just wasn't necessary. Tio took to Twitter to share the news, and while we love the show focusing on two girls growing up, we are kinda curious about what Elliot would have been like. Maybe he would have turned out more like Corey's big brother, Eric.
The enemy's not each other, guys. You're all going through the same thing.
Wizards of Waverly Place went through a lot of name changes before they decided on the title we all know and love. It was originally supposed to be called The Amazing Hannigans, then The Amazing O'Malleys, and then simply Disney's Wizards. But once the Waverly Place substation became a bigger part of the story, it made sense to go with something a bit more original than just Wizards. Like the earlier names suggest, the Wizards almost weren't Russos at all. Selena Gomez was supposed to play Julia O'Malley before her name was changed to Alex Russo, and we like Alex way better.
I decree that Alex Russo is officially the Russo family wizard.
Plus, Alex and Justin were originally supposed to be twins. Selena and David Henry look enough alike that maybe they could pass for fraternal twins. But we like Justin, being an older brother, a whole lot more. There were also a few stars that almost made it into the show. Did you know that Joe Jonas auditioned to play Justin Russo and almost got the part? Demi Lovato's older sister Dallas was almost a part of the show too. She was supposed to play a series regular before her character got cut after filming the pilot. She did get to appear briefly in one episode though, the season 1 episode, Alex's Spring Fling.
Excuse me, Ken? Hi, we're going out. Like right now?
Zendaya was a huge part of KATY Undercover, so much so that they changed the show's name from Super Awesome KATY because she didn't like it. The reason she got to have so much power behind the scenes wasn't just because she had already proven her star power with Shake It Up. It was because at only 18, she was already a producer on the show. Zendaya said it best in an interview with Vogue, "I got in a room with the heads of Disney Channel, and I was like, the title is whack, that's gotta change." She also inspired a few other changes in the show.
I came into this with like a strong vision of what I wanted.
First, she didn't want her character to sing and dance because that was all over the Disney Channel already, and she wanted her audience to know that there are other things that a girl can be. Instead, Zendaya focused on making sure KATY was smart and really good at martial arts. Zendaya also made sure she had an all-black family and demanded more diversity in the cast. Basically, KATY is Zendaya's passion project from when she was only a teenager. Let us know in the comments if you'd love to see her produce another Disney Channel show one day.
Honestly, I just want to do what I love to do and I want to be happy.
We can't imagine a world without Hannah Montana, but the Disney Channel was very close to giving us a show about a teen pop star named Alexis Texas. Yep, that was the show's original name, and it only got changed because it turned out that the name was already taken. What a relief. We almost didn't get Miley Cyrus in the role either. The Disney Channel originally wanted teen pop star JoJo to portray the secretive singer, but she turned it down.
Would my bank account be a lot sweeter? Hell yeah.
Then when Miley first auditioned for the show, she actually auditioned for Lily Prescott. Showrunners thought she was way too young to play Lily or Hannah, but since the show took years to get cast, Miley was finally the right age by the time filming started, and the young star was definitely made for the role. They named Miley Stewart after her, and even cast her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus, as her on-screen father. But this last change to Hannah Montana is the one we're the happiest about. Did you know that at first, the whole show was supposed to end with Miley finding out her life as Hannah was a dream? We're thankful they didn't go with that idea, since finding out that Miley's dream life really was just a dream would have made the whole show a lot less inspiring.
I know that this is a dream of ours, but this is a dream of mine too.
Lizzie McGuire is a show about a girl growing up and dealing with dating, friendships, and sometimes fighting with her family. But did you know that at first, the whole show was supposed to focus on Lizzie's relationship with her mother? Oh, and it was supposed to be called What's Lizzie Thinking? We're happy they decided to include all parts of Lizzie's life, or else we wouldn't have gotten to see her obsess over Ethan Kraft.
Sure, I'm game.
Coolly. See you tomorrow after school.
And spend most of her time with BFFs Miranda and Gordo. But one aspect of the show that was never going to be different was animated Lizzie, and thankfully she's also supposed to come back for the show's reboot. Well, if Hilary Duff and the Disney Channel ever agree on a direction for the new show.
Wait. Fan's not complete without me.
It's hard to imagine that Raven-Symoné wasn't originally the lead star on That's So Raven, but it's true. Raven actually auditioned for the role of Chelsea at first, but the casting directors loved her so much that she just had to be the star. At first, the series was supposed to be called The Future Is On Me, but once Disney cast Raven in the main role, they decided to change the name completely. We're happy Raven ended up becoming the star because her ability to take on so many different disguises as Raven Baxter inspired the show's creativity creativity. Plus, Raven's singing voice made music a big part of her character's personality. Raven also took the lead in getting the spin-off series, Raven's Home, picked up and made by Disney.
I'm gonna need to lie down.
Austin and Allie creators recently came clean about the fact that Allie almost had a brother. The character eventually evolved into Des when they decided that Allie didn't really need any siblings. We wouldn't trade Des for anyone, but it would be kind of cool to see how Allie would get along with an annoying sibling.
Yeah, who would that have been, and why did that go? That kind of turned into the Des character.
But that's not the only thing about Allie's family the showrunners decided to change. Her parents were supposed to have been part of a super cool 80s band that only had one big hit. They decided to scrap that idea and not feature the band on the show, but they made sure to include the Sonic Boom record store to show her family's connection to music.
But the odds of making it in the music biz are like a bazillion to 1.
Jonas was almost a completely different show with a bit less focus on music. In fact, it was supposed to be a show about spies. JONAS originally stood for Junior Operatives Networking as Spies. The show was supposed to follow the Jonas Brothers as they attempt to balance a band while working as secret government agents. Sticking with music, but not the guys being spies, made sure the show played off their brothers' strengths. But the three of them have revealed that they don't really like Jonas that much, and it probably delayed their music careers because they were always playing for the same audience. The show would have been crazy different without all the music and high school shenanigans, but we would kind of love to see the Jonas Brothers become super spies.
Dude, we don't have time for a song. Okay.
Do you wish any of these Disney Channel shows had kept their original ideas? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to The Things for more great videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.